Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I will take a look at Fuild. It is a token I would say that is going under the hood because if you look here, the token is only available on Bybit LCX exchange Gate.io. It's not available on the biggest one, I would say Binance or even the Coinbase or even the Bybit, I would say. Now the token has been going under the hood. As you can see, it already has a market cap of like 425 million dollar, and as of now its market cap just hit a new all-time high somewhere around 500 mil, as you can see here. Now the reason why the token is going under the hood is because if you look at its TVL continues to make new all-time high. As of now it's at like on Ethereum it's at like 1.37 billion, on Arbitrum 120, on Polygon 58, and on the base 57. Now if you look at its overall TVL, it is going up, so that means the token itself seems to be really bullish. And even if we look at the base, its growth has been really big, so it's up like 24% in the last 30 days, so that is, I would say, a massive growth. Even if you look at the Arbitrum, it is like the sixth biggest one on the Arbitrum. It has seen a massive growth of like 11.26, that is big one. And even if we go to the Polygon, it is like one of the biggest one. It has seen a growth of over 17%, which is a massive one. Overall, it seems like that the float is getting a W across the board, and their recent W would be that basically they ended up powering the Jupiter land, so that is another massive W. I would say that they just received recently now. So their overall TVL is like 3.9 billion. So that includes the Fuild itself and the Jupiter land. So the Jupiter land has a TVL of over 900 mil. That is massive one, and their own TVL is around 3 billion. They must be including something that the DeFi Llama is not as of now, but again that is a massive TVL. Now they have three products. They have like land, borrow, and swap. They have like Fuild Dex Lite, where you can do the swaps as well, as you can see here, from Ethereum to other things, and they probably support different chains, as you can see. They have Arbitrum one, they have Base, and they have Polygon. So that's something that they have going on, and you can basically land it here as well, and you can borrow it as well if you want to. And they also have refinance as well, and they have multiply, they have smart land, they have a lot of products that they basically have going on, as you can see here. Now of course the DeFi itself is a risky one, of course that includes all the DeFi, but again they have been doing really well, and it doesn't seem like that they have had any exploits recently. And the token is basically used for the Fuild governance, as you can see, and their recent proposal was on like August 25th, as you can see. So the governance is fairly active, so that's, I would say, really good. Now they were called Instadapp, as you can see, or INST. They did a rebrand to Fuild, as you can see here. Now as of now, I would say there are a lot of things that can basically push the token higher. So the one would be that if we do see a new listing, that may basically push the token to new highs. The market cap of the token was fairly low when it launched, but the price actually ended up hitting like $90. Now that is because I would say the circulating supply was really low back here in 2021. Now as of now, it has a circulating supply of like 67 million, and the investors as well as the team, they basically got their tokens vested, as you can see. So it doesn't have additional sell pressure. It does have a sell pressure from the rewards, and some of the allocation is given to the treasury, but again it doesn't have that much sell pressure, and because of that the token has been going up. So in terms of its catalyst that can push the token to a new highs, I think that can be like a new listing or something like that. But as of now, overall, it seems like the token is really bullish when it comes to its stats, and as of now, its fundamentals do look really good. And I think there's a possibility that if it gets listed on like Binance or even on any other exchange, we may see like float above $1 billion. That is, I would say, that is a possibility, and it is also in the Coinbase Ventures portfolio, so there's a pretty good possibility that it may find its way towards the Coinbase eventually. And if that does happen, I think like going as high as 800 mil, or even like going as high as 1 billion should be a possibility. So I think like its recent if we look at its recent high, it was somewhere around $14, and I think that $14 is a possibility. And if we just try to analyze this price, the token has been in the uptrend like ever since December, and as of now, even if it sees like the massive dip, let's say that the market does crash and the token does go down, I would be looking at a retest like as low as at this trend line. That is my, I would say, that is the biggest, or that is a long-term target. Eventually it may actually make a retest around that level, but as of now, if it doesn't break like this purple trend line, I think the token is bullish overall. So as of now, it may also be making a pretty good setup as well. So if it can if it can like break above from here, I think we could be looking at a massive surge from the token as well. So as of now, I'm expecting a slight retest, I would say, on this trend line, and if it does make that retest, we could basically make this massive breakout if that happens. Or it can also do this, so it can just trade sideways, and it can also break out from here. And if it like makes a breakout, I think the first target that it will most likely be looking for would be somewhere around, let's see, so somewhere around, I would say, 8.4 to $7.9, if that makes sense. And if it can like push above from here, I think going as high as 9.7 or $10 should be a possibility. And if it breaks like that, we could be heading for a new all-time high. There's a possibility. Of course, it does need some kind of catalyst so that it can push higher. So let's see. But as of now, I'm expecting a big listings from this token, and if that happen, I think we could be looking at a surge as high as 8.5, or even like as high as 9.7, or even a new all-time high is in the motion if that happens. Now if it like does go down like it did back here, where it saw a massive crash, that has happened in the past, so that's a possibility. So I think we could be looking at retest on this trend line. As long as it is above this trend line, I think the token is fairly bullish. So as of now, I think it can like make a quick correction as low as 4.6 to 4.5, and that seems to be really good entry point for this coin. So like if it can like do this and it can also do that. So let's see what happens. But again, I think the first entry point, that is a bit risky, but if you're interested in the coin, you can basically get it somewhere around 5.6 to 5.45, and I think there is a pretty good possibility if it like breaks above this trend line, which is this blue one. I think we may be looking at a massive surge, at least as high as 7.9 or even 8.5 or even like 9.6, and its fundamentals are looking really good. Let's see what happens. But overall, I think the token is really bullish, but it does need to make like correction as low as possibly 5.6 to 5.4, and if it sees like a new listing, I think it may be heading for a new all-time high. Anyways, this was it. I just want to cover the token that I thought should be a really good token to look into if you are looking for some kind of a token that is going under the hood. Anyways, thanks for watching.